Ashley Osborne, and I have spent countless hours of my life researching, learning, and practicing all the different ways we can make money online. My goal with this channel is to prove to you that not only can you too make money online, but you can do so easier and faster than you think. If making money online interests you, then please hit the subscribe button and click the bell notification. That way you get notified every time I make a video. Let's get into today's video, shall we?
Hello everyone. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new here. Today we are going to be going over Etsy, how to open a shop for digital products. There are a lot of things to get through, so let's just jump right in. I am a little funky today because I have been shoveling snow. We have so much snow here in South Central Alaska. Oh my goodness, I love it, but I'm tired. I love it, but like my arms are sore. Yeah. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. We are going to Etsy.com. If you don't know what Etsy is, I will be surprised. But if you don't know what Etsy is, it is a website that basically has a whole bunch of sellers on it, like me and you, and they sell all sorts of different things. Originally, I think the whole idea of Etsy was handmade items. It still is kind of where you go for that handmade item. It's the go-to place for that. But there are so many other things that are offered now on Etsy. You can buy supplies for a craft that you do. You can purchase, what do you call those? Vintage items. You can purchase digital products. You can purchase some services. The best part about starting on Etsy is that you do not need to be accepted. That is why I'm always saying if you're just getting your feet wet in selling digital products, Etsy is the place to go, because a lot of the websites like Design Bundle, So Fancy, Creative Fabrica, Creative Market, etc., you need to be accepted before you can even open a shop. And the way you get accepted on those websites is by showing some sort of portfolio or another website that has the type of design work that you have. And it's a lot easier when you have something to start with. So if you're just getting started and you're like, I don't want to make a portfolio and then apply to these stores to be able to sell on their website, I just want to get going, get started, and start making money, then Etsy's going to be the one that you start with, okay? All right, so to be able to open a store on Etsy, you first have to have an Etsy account. Now, this is just a basic account. It's when you first go Etsy.com and you'll click create an account or log in or something of that nature. If you don't already have one, you'll want to create one. It's just the same as you would for any other website. You just create an account. It's free. It's just an account so that you can purchase or shop, look around, that sort of thing. From there, you will click on where it says your account right here, and you will scroll to the bottom and you'll click where it says sell on Etsy. Once we're there, you can scroll down and it will tell you all about having a shop on Etsy. Now, a lot of the time you're going to research things about Etsy. You're going to hear a lot about their fees and the things that they charge and how it's not as good as other platforms because of that. The designer can make more money on other platforms, etc., etc. That may be true, but everybody's experience on Etsy is different. Not everybody sells the same things. Not everybody is you. You may have the most profitable store on Etsy and your other stores might not be as profitable. Etsy for me is my third most profitable store, but it is ahead of 3 other stores. And I don't have all of my designs on my Etsy shop either. I have only like 200 designs on my Etsy store out of 1,000 designs. So to me, that says quite a bit if it's my third best-selling shop. All right, so down here you can see that there's a 20-cent listing fee. Listings are active for 4 months or until they sell. 6.5% transaction fee. 3% plus 0.25, plus 25 cents payment processing fee. And then it says when you sell an item, there's a small commission and standard payment processing fee. You're going to have a fee no matter what website you sell on. So don't let that hang you up too much. The difference is going to be the fact that they have this fee plus they have the listing fee, whereas most websites have a fee that they take out, but they don't also have a listing fee. So that's some of the issue that some people have. And then 15% off-site ads fee. Etsy pays to advertise your items across the web throughout off-site ads. You only pay a fee when you make a sale from one of those ads. So from here you go to open your Etsy shop. Have a nice little welcome message right here, and then you just click Let's Do This. And it is going to walk you through all these different prompts, okay? Will help guide you to success, whether you're a pro or brand new to selling. So just be honest, just say, I'm just starting to sell for the first time ever. There you go. At any time, you can skip the questions right here, but I encourage you to go through this. I think it's nice, it's helpful. These are some good prompts. Is there anything you'd like help with? And if you do need help with anything, go ahead and click. I don't need help with anything. So I'm going to go ahead and click Next. Okay, and now time for the fun part. We'll walk you through creating your shop and filling it with your items. Start your shop. Okay, so here we go. So as you can see up here, it's going to say Etsy up here. It's going to go through your shop preferences, naming your shop, how you'll be getting paid, setting up billing, your shop security, and stock your shop. Okay, so as you can see, this is a very easy walkthrough. It walks you through literally each step. You can't even get to the next step without completing the first step. You need to go through. You can save and continue at any time. It's very easy, walks you through the whole thing. So since this is so easy and I don't need to walk you through it because they are going to walk you through it, I'm going to show you the next stuff that they probably aren't going to go through that I think would be really helpful. So as you can see, we've hopped over to my personal shop, and I want to show you the few sections that I think are really important that you nail right off the bat. Some people will say that, yeah, just throw something up there and get started. But to me, this is everything. This is your literal appearance of your shop. So this needs to be taken as serious as, you know, a brick and mortar shop, you know. If you go up to a store and it looks like it's not very professional, or if it looks like it has, you know, old signage or anything like that, you're just not going to be as excited to walk in. You're just not. You're certainly not going to want to spend your money there versus all the other places that sell something similar to you sell that look more professional than you do. That's just the way it is. So I believe you should take your time to get this all set up and get this all put together. Now, that doesn't mean that it has to be perfect. You can change it later on if you're not quite sure what you want your branding colors to be, or what you want your logo to be, or even your business name if you want to change that later. All of those things can be updated and changed later, but you want to start off at least looking professional. Look like you got your shit together so that you can look good to your customers, okay? We want them to look at you and take you seriously. All right, so this area, you can see over here, we went to settings, and then we went, when you click on settings, you get all of these options, and you're going to want to go to info and appearance. When you go to info and appearance, you're going to have a shop title. For your shop title, mainly what you want to do is type in whatever you want to sell. Now, you could just put digital products for now if you want to. I like to specialize in sublimation, cutting files, and printables. Now I also do stickers and I like to do clip art, but I don't necessarily love to do them. I just add them in there. But these are the 3 items that I enjoy making that I will always have in my shop. And so those are the ones I want to highlight. My business name on here is Last Frontier DC because my actual business name is Last Frontier Design Co. And I wasn't able to do that because I had done it in the past. Anyways, the name was taken. We'll just sum it up. The name was taken, okay? When you get to your shop icon, you can use a picture of yourself as long as it is a nice picture of yourself. Use one that looks more professional. Don't use one where you're holding a camera out and you're taking like a cutesy selfie or something like that. Either have somebody take a picture of you, use a picture where you just look more presentable, more professional, or use your logo that you're going to be creating. Down here below, you can see exactly what it says you need. Must be a JPEG, GIF, or PNG file smaller than 10 megabytes, and at least 500 pixels, not pickles, 500 pixels by 500 pixels, okay? On this one here, this is your banner, okay? This is your order receipt banner. When somebody purchases from you, this is what's going to be basically seen in their email. All right, if it was a physical product, you might be printing this out and then packaging it as a packing slip, but we're not doing that because it's not a physical product, it's a digital product. So they might see this in their email instead. Down here, you can link to your Facebook page if you have one or anything like that. The shop announcements, what they're going to see at the very, very top of your Etsy page, it's just going to say something. I write something like New Designs Weekly, or I'll say 50% off, or basically anything you would want to shout out to your customers right away. And then a message to your buyers. I think it's important to send a message to your buyers. You're going to put it down here where it says message to buyers for digital items. And this is what I have written in mine. You can write something similar. It says, thank you so much for supporting our small business. We hope you enjoy your graphics. If you need any assistance, please send us a message and we are happy to help. And then I have, are we missing something in our shop? Please let us know. We want to be your #1 digital design shop. We love and appreciate feedback. There are so many times people are looking for something and they do not find what they're looking for, especially niche groups. So what is it? Just the other day, somebody mentioned there not being a lot of designs for bus drivers or crosswalk guards. So a lot of niche designs like that maybe I just haven't thought of. I enjoy it when customers will message me and say, hey, have you ever thought of making a design, made towards this or this or this? And I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And then if I do end up designing that, I will then reach out to them and send them a coupon code later on. So always nice to have something like that, I think, in your in the About section. All right, so I'm just going to click Save. I don't think I changed anything, but just in case. All right, so the next part I wanted to point out here is, you know how we went over the fact that your shop icon has to be at least 500 by 500 pixels. Well, I've been talking about a website a lot lately, and that website is Canva. This is going to be your easiest place to get this stuff done, okay? It's going to be quick, it's going to be easy, and it's going to look the best. What you can do is you can either create a design, go to Customize, and type in the 500 by 500 pixels and know that you're good to go. Or you can go to the search bar here, type in Etsy, and see what templates they have. Okay, so right here you can see Etsy shop icon. So let's click on that real quick. And you can see right here it says Etsy shop icon 500 by 500 pixels. So let's say customize this template. Now you might already like the way this looks. You might already like these colors, or you might really not like the whole thing. If that's the case, we're already over here. We have design selected, we have templates selected. So you can choose something you would like. If you're going for more of a boho look, type in boho and see what pops up. Okay, maybe we just want to go with something oak and stone like that. Okay, let's say you're not doing handmade products, so you just double click that, add in digital products. Okay, they're obviously not oak and stone, but maybe we like something, I don't know, let's choose something random that's just popping in my head, River Creek. Okay, and then let's say that we don't really like these trees because they don't go with our words that say River Creek, and we delete those. Then we go over to elements like we've talked about before, and we type in, maybe we'll just type in creek, see what pops up. Okay, so now we have all of these right here. Let's see if any of these make sense or look nice for us. Let's go ahead and select this, make it a little bigger, put it there towards the center. turn it white, turn it the same color, I guess, because that wasn't white. And then there, boom, you have a new logo. River Creek Digital Products, okay? It's that easy. If you wanted to change the background, you could. If you want to do something different, you can. But either way, you're done. Then from here, it looks very professional. You go to share, you go download, and then you go back to Etsy and you would go upload and you would upload that design you just made. That easy, okay? So the same thing can be done for your order receipt banner. It says 760 by 100 pixels. If you do not see what you are looking for in here, so this says Etsy shop cover, that's going to be something different, I believe, but let's just double check. Yeah, that is the cover. So if you don't see what you're looking for, remember, you just type the 760 pixels by 100 pixels in the area where you hit create a design, custom size, boom, boom, put it in and do the same thing that we just did with choosing the templates and all of that. Very, very easy. Okay, so that is the first area that I wanted to show you. The next area I wanted to show you was the shop name section. I don't want you to think that you're going to get stuck with whatever name you choose, because you won't. However, it is important to understand that I believe they only let you change your shop name either once or twice, and then you have to send in an email for approval. So just keep in mind that it is a little bit of a pain. You'll have to come over here, you'll have to type in the new shop name, and you'll have to save it. If it saves right away, then you're good to go. If it doesn't, it will let you know that, hey, you've changed your name too many times, we need you to email us in. It's just like a security thing. The next area I wanted to show you is also in settings again, and you're going to go to About Your Shop. In your About area, you're going to want to choose a photo that looks nice, okay? I actually want to change that now that I'm looking at it. That was an old picture. But you want to pick a picture that looks nice, you look friendly, you know, you look approachable, you look like somebody they would want to send a message to. In the story, you want to just type your story. Anything you can think of. If you're just not really sure, go to a few other pages on Etsy, read their story, and I'm sure it'll help you figure out what type of story you can create for yourself as well. The next one, and one that's very, very important, and do not miss it, it's something that everyone is going to see. The first thing they see when they go to your shop is your shop banner. You can do this again in Canva just like you've done before. Just go to where it says shop banner, and that's where you will create it just like we created your shop icon and your order receipt banner. You'll do it in the same way. To get to your shop banner, you'll click on where over here on the left where it says your channel, where it says your shop. Just click the edit button there. And then this is your shop banner up here. There's different layouts you can choose from. It'll let you know what the dimensions are, and you will change it and put it up here and make it look beautiful. And that's the final kind of appearance like thing. The next area of the website that's really important to understand is the listing section. This is where all of your listings are going to be, okay? And the only thing that's a little frustrating about Etsy is their dimensions that they allow for their photos are slightly different than that I would use for like design bundles, creative fabrica, etc. Whereas those ones I can put the same exact dimensions, but this one has to be a little different. So if I were you, I would start off with just using Etsy's dimensions, and then you'll have the same listing photos for everyone. Whereas I have to have a separate folder for Etsy listing photos instead of my others. I will show you what I mean. When you are creating a new listing, you will click up here where it says create a listing, or you will click the gear and go down to copy. Okay, when you copy this exact listing. Why would you want to do that? Well, let's say I have a new Tumblr bundle to post in here. The easiest thing for me to do is to click the gear and go to copy, because all of the things that I have selected and my description and all of those things are going to carry over, meaning that the only things I need to change are the titles, the tags, and the pictures. Everything else primarily stays the same, so it cuts down on a lot of time if you go to the gear and you hit copy. Keep in mind you're going to want to do that if you have similar products. So like this is a sublimation product here. So if I'm uploading a sublimation product, this would be good for me to click the gear and go to copy. Let me show you the difference real quick, and then we will upload a design together so that you understand what I'm talking about. You can go over to add a listing, and it's going to be completely blank. There's no photos, there's no titles, none of this is filled out, nothing in your description, there's nothing in the sections, no tags, no materials, no price, no variations, nothing. This is completely blank, okay? Completely blank. That's fine when you're just starting out, obviously, but after a while, you're going to realize, oh, I'm really creating very similar products. They just look a little bit different. So it would be a lot easier if some of this was just already auto-filled. So I'm going to go ahead and discard the changes for now, and I'm going to just copy. The thing I'm posting is actually sunflower related. So I'm going to go to this one, and I'm going to go down to copy. Here is our listing here. Okay, so here is how we have to go about doing this. First thing we'll do is we will delete this photo because we're not selling that item, so we need to pick the new photo. You'll notice when I add this, you'll get an exclamation point. If you get an exclamation point, that means that your dimensions for your image are not good and you're going to need to adjust it. I know exactly what I have to do to fix this. But if you didn't know, then it would tell you right here, listings look best with photos at least 2,000 pixels wide. Fix that. I'm going to go ahead and click it again. Go to my Etsy listing photos. Scroll until I find the one I'm looking for, and there she is. And now when she comes up, she's not going to have that mark because we have the right dimensions. Now from here, if you have additional photos to put, additional photos are always going to be better, but since we're selling digital products, it's not always necessary and there's not always something else to put up here. You could showcase your item on different products, not just a t-shirt. On this, for me, I would just keep it like this, and then if I had time, I would add some more. The more photos, always the better. You're going to scroll down, and the next thing you're going to want to do is the title. The title is going to be the title of the old listing, so you're going to need to change that. In my case, it's still a sunflower sublimation, so I'm just going to change where it says bright orange, and I'm going to say, just a girl who loves, and then we just have to add an S. Just a girl who loves sunflowers. I'm going to select this, Control C to copy it, and I'm going to scroll down all the way to this section. I'm going to show you in just a moment. And I'm just going to Control V's because this is now the title. I like to keep the title here. I like to copy it and I like to put it in my description as well. It's just one more place where they can see it so that they know what they're getting. Now before I go on, let me scroll back up here. In these sections, you're going to need to fill this out. Now, since I copied, all this is carried over. So you can see how this makes it a lot easier to add a listing. About this listing, it says, who made it? You're going to say, I did. What is it? In our case, this is called a finished product. And then when did you make it? And I personally made this between 2020 and 2022. And then we're going to put the category as digital. Down here, the best thing I can tell you is fill this out. I know it's not showing that I have filled it out, but I've told you guys in the past this is not my primary shop and there's only one me and I homeschool and I do a lot of other things. So this is something that I tend to skip. I will skip on this until a day when I just don't have a whole lot on my plate and I'm having a kind of a creative block and I'm like, oh, what can I do? And I'll be like, oh, you know what? I'll head on over to Etsy and I'll click through my listings and I'll fill these out. What these do, these sections just help your item get seen more. So in this case, I would put primary color. I would probably say yellow. because the primary color of mine is yellow. The secondary color is like a brown. We don't really have a width and a height. I guess we could put 12 by 12 for the design orientation, or for the, for the canvas. I guess it is 12 by 12. Sometimes I think of size as like a physical product. An occasion, I do put the occasion if it's a holiday or a birthday or anniversary. If it is specific to something, I will always fill that out because that is really helpful. Is it meant for any specific room? Now, if you're making printables and you're making them specific for a kid's room or nursery or something like that, definitely put that in there. It's only going to help. Filling this stuff out is only going to help you. Is it going to hurt you? It depends how you look at it. As you can see, all these sections are optional. It's not going to hurt you in the sense that they're not going to show your product to people, but it could be less seen than that of the person that did fill it out. So if you have the time, fill it out. Down here where it says renewal options, I set mine to automatic. If you are not sure how you want to do it, you can always click on manual. What happens is anytime someone buys your listing, if you have it on manual, it's going to basically move it to a section where it's no longer seen because you have to manually say that you still want to sell that item. Since these are digital products, they're going to sell over and over and over and over and over and over. So I just always put automatic and know that it's going to charge me 20 cents each time somebody buys it. Down here, you're going to make sure you do not click physical. Okay, this is not a tangible item that you will ship to your buyers. This is a digital item. This is the most important part of this whole entire thing you're filling out because it changes everything for you. So make sure you click on digital. Now for mine, you guys, you are welcome to come over to my shop, take any of my words that I have on here, move them over to your copy and paste them, change them up a little bit, do what you want. That does not hurt my feelings in any way. So I always put thank you for shopping with Last Frontier Design Co. Important. Make sure you make this as loud and clear as possible. A lot of people will see a picture like this and they'll think, oh, I'm getting a t-shirt. Now, does that make sense that you would get a t-shirt for the price that I'm going to sell this digital product? No, but some people would not understand. So it's really important that we put things like sublimation PNG, digital product. Down here we put, this is a digital product. I will not be sending or mailing a physical product. I also like to explain that there are no cutting files included because SVG files, cutting files that are used for a Cricut or a Silhouette machine, are the most popular still. Oftentimes people don't really realize, oh, I thought this could work in my Cricut, because they're just starting out and they don't know. So if you could put that up at the very top, because most people are never going to make it to the bottom of this. It's highly unlikely, but some people will make it to right about here. And so that's why I put the important information at the top. I always put what's included so people aren't confused. This picture is pretty obvious what's included, this design, but there are sometimes you'll do a bundle or something, and it's nice to know what they're getting. And maybe you'll have different file types, things like that. Then from here, this kind of gets into probably another future video where we talk about, being seen, tags, things like that. But I like to kind of put in a little blurb, if you will, for what they could make with it. And so I'll put, this is a high resolution PNG file with a transparent background. This is not a cut file. Again, I reiterate that. This PNG file is perfect for creating t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, totes, tumblers, and many other sublimation or DTG, direct-to-garment products. It is not an SVG file. Again, reiterate. And the reason I put all this on here is because it's an easy way to get Google to recognize words like PNG file, perfect for t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, totes, tumblers, things like that. So the more you can write things like that in your description, the better. And then I have my terms of use. Definitely read over my terms of use, see what you want your terms of use to be, maybe look over other people's terms of use, but this is just my terms of use. Now, when you sell on other platforms, those platforms have their own terms of use, not the same as Etsy, okay? Etsy, you're handling your own customer service. You're handling it all. So you need to tell people what they can and cannot do with your product. Down here, I have a section called Sublimation Designs. You can see I have a bunch of different sections, but I'm just going to keep it in Sublimation Designs. Then from here, you get to use 13 tags. The tags can be a little frustrating, I'm not going to lie, because I think it's 20 characters. And so it can be a little frustrating. You're going to want to do a lot of research on tags, figure out what people are searching for. In this case, I need to look and see, because I did choose another sunflower bundle or sunflower design when we copied this, so a lot of these are still going to be accurate. So I just need to double check that these all still fit this design. And so far, it's looking like all of these do. There is glitter in the sunflower print, sunflower crafts. So all of these tags still match this design, so I chose a great one to copy from. And then I'll just choose my price. For this one, I have it set at $4. And then our quantity, I always put 999 because it's the highest number you can do. And then I don't allow personalization because I don't want to deal with it, but you can if you want to, but I don't. And then you will put your file. This file is obviously going to be copied over from that other listing that we copied from. So we need to delete this. Otherwise they're going to order this, but they're going to get the other file. So from here we'll upload our file. Okay, so now we have our file right here, uploaded, and then from here we scroll down. I don't want to advertise this listing, so I'm just going to go down here. You can preview it, you can save it as a draft if you're not sure yet, or you can publish. And right now I'm going to publish. It's going to come up with this. There's a non-refundable fee of 20 cents for each new listing. Now this is not going to come out of your bank right now, so don't worry about that. What will happen is it'll go onto your bill, and your bill is charged at the first of every month. If you do things correct, you'll never really have a bill because your profits will be sitting there and then your bill will be chipping away at the profit. So if you do things right and you're selling, you should never really have a bill. You should only ever have a deposit. But okay, so here is our listing right here. So let's go ahead and view it. View on Etsy. Okay, so here is our design right here. And it was that simple. Really easy when you do the copy feature. When you're first starting out, obviously it's going to be a little bit slower. But once you get going and you start making, printable after printable after printable, or PNG after PNG after PNG, it's just going to be a lot easier to hit that copy, making sure that you go through and you delete all that stuff from the old listing. But that's it, guys. That's it right there. That's as easy as it is to start uploading your designs on Etsy and get your shop going and start making your sales. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm really excited for the next video. On the next video, I'm going to teach you guys how to create a listing photo that looks like this and how to make it quick and make it easy to use for yourself so that you don't have to spend a lot of time working on these things. All right, we're all about making it quick and easy and making that money as fast and as easy as possible. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.